In the previous episode we built custom cabinet fronts which we installed in the van. We then started building a shelf for the headliner. We weren't able to finish that in the previous episode though, so that's where we're at right now.
New day. Today it's Sunday and the weather is quite depressing.
Boring now.
Not really what you want on a Sunday. But today we're gonna get a few things done.
Headliner. Lina will dress this on the grey fabric. We're gonna start there. Then we're gonna try to put this up once it's dressed. That's today's.
Why is it not focusing? Cute.
Okay. If you want to see the part on how we build the headliner shelf, click the link in the top right corner or check the description. Problem, we test fitted this quickly off cam, and these corners needs to be slanted way more. Especially this one at the back. We can't push it high enough.
Especially because we put the fabric, which is adding a few millimeters to it. So we're gonna remove the fabric from the corners, slant them, and put the fabric back.
Boom. Look at that. Slanted. Way more. I did a quick test fit now. And it works. So let's put it up. Is it okay?
I think it works. Like it is tilting a little bit, inwards.
Yeah.
We're just sort of like following the roof.
Okay, change your mind. We want to put it behind because it's gonna look a little bit better. But we must trim some of the plastic with just a saw, knife, whatever you want. Otherwise your bracket won't fit.
Way to make it work and find another route.
Since these are the perfect length the other way around, instead of shuffling them, we just flip them upside down. So we didn't have to cut them. Straight, but yeah.
Straight but a little bit crooked.
This is not a skrytbygge. If you haven't already, check us out on Instagram and TikTok, where you can follow our build daily. We got it in! But, as usual, you see these are not bent enough. But for now, it just sits there, it's not going anywhere. Looks pretty okay.
New day.
First off today, finishing the headliner thing, and then painting that thing, cabinet, and also doing the door for it.
That's the plan.
We start there, and then we see what we do after. Okay, internet people, we have made these. I can show you. Then we're gonna put on top here, book, and book. So we can screw in screws, longer screws here, because the material is not thick enough to use screws straight in. We need to have something above. Hence why I'm putting these. And you're barely gonna see them, not gonna be noticeable, but we dressed them anyway, just so they melt in a little bit better. Headliner, done! So these small pucks, boop, boop. And that one, you barely see them. So I'm super happy with how this came out.
And it's solid. It's not going anywhere.
Now, Lina is gonna do the cabinet door front.
Yes. Let's see how we go.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Alright, while Lina is doing her thing, I've started with this, our electrical system. This is so fun, like, oh my god! I've done a wiring diagram that I can put a link to in the description if you want to check it out. So I'm just trying to map out where all the components gonna sit and how we're gonna wire it. This is the layout, I think. And the fuse box is gonna be on there. The battery is only gonna be here. So like this whole thing is gonna sit like shoop over there. Fun, right?
So much fun. Understand nothing.
So this is it. So I'm gonna just cut out this thing in plywood so I can mount all the pieces on it and then test fit them on there. Shoop. Time lapse time. Look at this! All the things are on. This looks so neat. So first, try to put it in the car. Just make sure that it actually works. Then take everything off, sand it down, and also gonna drill holes down here for where the cables are gonna go in and behind everything. Shoop, and holes when everything where everything comes up. These holes, boom, boom, and then everything, most of the cables are gonna go behind the panels. These two are gonna be flat mounted on the wheel arch thing, or the wheel hub, or whatever it's called, wheel arch cover. So mount these flat because I want easy access to these. So it's just better to have them here, I think. Or maybe. It's actually quite neat though. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe put them here, maybe there. At least I'm gonna put this in the car now to see how it looks. I'm not sure what we're going to do. So maybe like this, or maybe they are here. I'm not sure yet. The shorter the cable, the better. I don't know. We will see about that. This is it for today. Tomorrow we're doing other stuff. See ya.
Bye. Good morning. New day, and the workshop has already started. So I'm doing the last round of paint for the last front. So gonna finish it, let it dry, and then put it all together. And after I've done that, we're gonna start with the back doors.
The back doors. Shoop. So we have a stencil. So these are the old covers for the back doors when the car had a workshop in the area. So we kept those, so we can just cut them out exactly like they were before, but in new fresh plywood. Lina's gonna do that, and I'm gonna continue with the electricity board. So I'm gonna sand this down, make sure that I got all the electricity and all the wiring sorted, kind of. Let's
Go!
So Lina cut this out now, but there's a bit of a...
You follow with your fingers though, it doesn't feel like...
When you follow it, it feels nice, but when you look at it, you probably want it a bit tighter. You see what I mean? Like a little bit further down. You see, like you can... There's a bit of a gap.
The smallest pen.
I think we should do it even tighter down here. So we're gonna chop off like another 5mm here, but leave the material as it is here, because it's gonna be close to the wall anyway. It's so bad light, you can barely see anything. We're gonna do that, to chop off a little bit more. So, trim it down a tiny bit more, like 5mm around the edge. And now it looks super neat. So this is done. The only thing we have to do now is put this stencil on top of new plywood and just make fresh plywood and then paint it. Seal it and paint it. And then do the outside as well. That's it. While Lina is finishing off the first side panel, she's just gonna do the final cutouts. I am gonna cut out small holes so you can pull wires behind this board and then up into the distributor. And then take it apart, sand it and paint it, just so it looks nice and have all the holes done as per the diagram. Let's go! It's me again! Wow. So I've been marking up all the cables again, just whatever is 12 volt and whatever is 24 volt. And something just crossed my mind. So all the 12 volts is coming out on this side, but on the left side we're gonna have all the 24 volts coming out. I think I'm gonna have the 24 volt fuse box in this area instead of pulling all the cables back here to then go back again into there. It's just gonna be so much easier to have like the fuse box here with just one cable coming from the distributor over there. So it's gonna bonk, fuse box, and everything goes in there. So it's gonna make life a lot easier and a lot less cabling. So that's pretty nice. But for now I can't do more with the cables at the moment because tomorrow we're gonna paint the floor. Tomorrow we're gonna start painting the floor. On Thursday we're gonna do a top coat of it, and then we can't be in the van for like 2 days, and we go on a little trip, so that's gonna be good. But this is it for cabling now. I'm gonna mount these things to back on the board tomorrow. Lina's gonna finish off the
Apple.
No, but the thing, where is it? The second door cover there.
Tell me what happened.
Broken.
And we're so close to finish. Like we almost made it. But now we'll have to wait for tomorrow.
Tomorrow is the new day.
New day.
Look at that. This is done. Good morning. New day. Electric board done. Now I'm gonna mount on components. I'm gonna mount the components on this now. And Lina's gonna be here in like an hour maybe. She's in the city. I'm gonna do this, and then when she comes back with a new saw, she's gonna finish that. Okay? Let's go. If you're enjoying the channel, we would really appreciate if you left us a comment, gave the video a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel. Right, I got all the things mounted where they should be. I'm gonna start pulling all the cables that has to be pulled to the things that are going to be mounted on the board. So power to the main switch, negative to the shunt, power and negative to the MPPT, and also the DC-DC Charger, power to DC converter. I'm gonna leave the power for the fuse holder for now, as I do that when it's in place over there later, and also obviously power to the inverter. So I'm gonna do all those cables when I have it here, so I can run them nicely, and some of them are gonna go under, some of them are gonna run on the side, down into the inverter, for example. As you can see, it's super good to have this wiring diagram. It says all the cabling sizes that I need. Just, you need this size here, you need that size there, yada yada. And also, link to all the products is in the description. Check it out if you want to know what we got. So check that out. Now it's just going to be a lot of crimping and stuff of all the cables. Look who's arrived.
Me! New day.
New day. Okay, since I've taken over this, Lina, It's gonna try to be here with the new jigsaw. Woo! Alright, Struggle Street. I tried to pull these nice, neatly underneath here, and then up. But it's gonna be so ugly because I have to twist the cables so much. So I'm deciding now that I'm not gonna pull them through here. I'm just gonna pull them visible right here. That's it. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. It was so easier to pull all the cables outside or like on top instead of underneath. So now we have these nice holes for no reason. But I still think I'm gonna pull up cables from the solar up to this and then also cable here. I'm not sure yet, but maybe. Otherwise I'm gonna put it this way. But good start. Now we're gonna do the big one. I'm gonna put it there. Also, Lina has finished painting the ceiling, roof, no, floor. With primer. So we need to wait 18 hours before we can paint this with coat, the first layer, and then we have to wait 36 hours to paint it again. So yeah, tomorrow morning we're gonna paint this. But back to this. I've also a link to this wiring diagram that you can use to calculate which cables you're gonna use, depending on which amp you have. This is all linked in the description, so check that out. Let's do the last one. I think that's gonna be it for today. Right?
Absolutely.
Sure. I'm teaching Lina how to do cables.
My first cable is the biggest one.
We need to put these on these. Boom! Look at that. Done. We're just gonna wire them in. I'm so happy with this. Like, I've been waiting for the day that I was gonna do this. Feels so good. Yeah, I love doing this. This is fun. So, inverter, charger installed. So it's a Victron Multiplus-II. It's going on 24 volts and it puts out 2400 watts. So we're using this for ease of mind because you can plug this into shore power and then it will charge the batteries for you. It's an inverter as well and it's at the same time. So it has everything in one box instead of having multiple different things. 12 volt DC converter, so converting from 24 volt to 12 volt because we have a 24 volt system and we have some 12 volt appliances. Lynx Distributor looks like this. I just made a note that nothing is fastened yet. So as you might saw, I fastened everything by hand. There's actually a trick or hack, or whatever you want to call it, that you can put a fuse here because you use this to extend the links to another links if you want, but instead of doing that you can actually put a fuse directly here so you get actually 5 outlets instead of just 4. Hence why I did this straight to the Orion. We have the MPPT coming in here, the solar charge controller, and then first channel is the Orion DC-DC Charger, so we're gonna charge while driving. It only put out 360 watts, so it's not gonna be too much with our battery setup, but it's at least it's something. Of course, everything goes back to the shunt. That's gonna go directly to the batteries and to the ground as well. So you put the ground here, shoop, and you put the batteries here as well. All the load has to be put on the load side of the shunt so you can get accurate measurements. And lastly, of course, main switch on, off. And I think that really covers everything. Of course, it's gonna be AC power coming out of this one as well. So you can use like induction top or air fryer or charge your laptop or whatever. So it's gonna be 2 outlets in the kitchen, one underneath the kitchen for the cooktop. That's always gonna be plugged in. Yeah, that's really what we're gonna use. But this is the start list. I think this is it. The Lina went inside because it's starting to get cold. So see you in the next one.